Welcome everyone to another video tutorial here at Codeplace. Today I'm going to show you how to build a very simple file uploader using Filestack. And for those who do not know what Filestack is, well, basically it's a company which started off by being just another file picker, but now they're much more than that. They grew further, and basically they're now file management services. Like they actually say, they call themselves a file management service hosted in cloud. And basically, this is exactly what FileStack is. And I have here the homepage open, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to pass directly to the docs because it's very simple to understand. So basically, when I said that it just is much more than a just file picker or file uploader, the reason is because they now can do image manipulation. Okay, so they can you can transform images. You can have responsive image as well. Document transformations, basically it's converting types of documents into another type. Video transcoding, audio transcoding, storage. You can send all your uploaded files directly to your most desired storing services like Amazon, the S3, the Azure, or the Railstack. So you have a lot of different features that FileStack offers right now as they are. This tutorial, of course, only going to cover these two topics. So the file upload and the file export. So first, let me show you real quick the app we're going to build. So if you have watched my previous codecast, you will know that I really tend to put the design as much raw and quick as I can. I really tend not to waste any time on design. I leave that to you. My purpose here is just to make an app that I just show off how to upload files and download them. So basically, this very simple app has two pages: the index page and the new. This is where you actually upload the files. And what this app does, basically, it creates profiles. As you can see, I'm enthusiastic of film scoring, very enthusiastic indeed. And these are a couple of my favorite composers. And basically, what this does is you create this profile. So you put an avatar, a name, a description, and then you upload several files. The reason why I have these two uploaders, basically these are two instances of FileStack, it's to show you the difference between a simple or a single file pick or file upload and the multiple file upload. I'm gonna cover both of them, and then after you create the profile, you can actually download. This is the download part. You can actually download the files that you just uploaded. So if I press here, you're gonna see the file appearing here. This is an image for our from our dating app course. I randomly uploaded. And as you can see, you have this interface, this very cool interface from FileStack. And if you press download, it just downloads it here. Okay, so actually, let's do a very quick demo on the uploading. So I already have a user which I want to upload. So we press the images. This FileStack model open. I'm going to show you how to do this. Here are the services which you can pull data from. So you can, on this one I just show you on purpose from my computer and from an external URL, so that on this next one I can leave it to the default settings, and the default settings of full FileStack. It lets you choose from an enormous list of services. Particularly, for example, the Facebook, it's very easy to do. FileStack is an amazing company because they really take all of the hard working, all the pain you had to do to get all of this in your application. They do this for you. You just have to do a couple of functions in JavaScript, and you're all set. So I really believe you're going to like FileStack a lot. For example, the Gmail, it's awesome. The Gmail, if you connect with your Gmail account, what they do is they fetch all of your. I'm not sure if it's only the inbox. On the example I've used, I only used my inbox, so I'm not sure if you can actually have other folders of your Gmail, but I'm quite sure you can. But the cool part of what Filestack did is basically it fetched all of your attachments, all of your pictures from your emails that you have, and they basically put to a very cool interface. Just select and upload directly from your email. This is very awesome, very far-fetched, I would say. So let's do a very quick example just to see the app running. So let's choose from my computer because I already know what I'm going to pick, which is Nino Rota. It's another great composer, very well known for his work with Godfather score. So let me put, so you can see there I already filled this fields. Let me put some text here. I am lacking imagination. And typo, of course, some text here, and now upload some files. This time, let's put another type of files. Let's not just use images, because I'm sure you are tired of seeing image uploads. So let's choose. I'm holding down the command so I can choose multiple files. And this is a Ruby file, and this is an Excel one. So if I press open, you see both files are selected here, and I press upload, and the upload is complete. I get the file names here. This is a JavaScript that I made, of course, working with the response that you get from the upload. I am going to show you how to do that. And basically, if I create the user, exactly, it happens. So it is working. And you see, I have uploaded 2 files. If I press here, you can see this is the Ruby one. And also, forgot to mention here, which is very cool. This is very awesome. You can actually, they put a suggested name, so it's very quick for the user. It's very user friendly. And you see, this is the CSV, like I said. 2 files were uploaded plus the avatar, which is here. So basically, we can now start building our app. The way I'm going to do this, for saving time, I'm going to copy and paste some of the code, just the design code, okay? So that I can move a little faster, but although I'm going to explain every single line, okay? I'm not going to do this when I will be actually working with JavaScript and making the uploads, but I will do this with the design because otherwise we'll spend an entire hour just building views, okay? So let's do the home and the new, okay? So of course, first things first, and let's start by creating a new Rails app. So let's call it Rails new, like say, like what you call it, Codeplace, okay, Codeplace plus Filestack. It gives Codeplace. So creating all the files, running the bundle, installing the gems, and we are cool. So let's go to Codeplace we've just created, and this very simple app. I'm going to show you the app again so you can really feel how simple it is. Basically, we'll have only one model and one controller, user model and a user controller. So our database, our table of users will only have 4 fields: the name, the description, the avatar, and the files. Okay, and of course, I'm not following the best of the practices. Of course, you should have another model for the images so that you can work on each image separately. Of course, this is not the range of the tutorial that I want. I don't want to cover that. I already have that on another codecast that you can watch, which is the multiple file upload using Carryaway. And in that tutorial, I explain how to do a multiple, so a model which belongs to the user, and making a user have many files. And this is the way that you, of course, should do it. For the sake of this tutorial, we only want to show you how to upload and to download, okay? So we're gonna keep it very simple. So let's generate our model, which is going to be very simple. So Rails G model user. And now we're gonna have 4 fields, like I said. So name, and the good part, they're all strings. Okay, we're gonna make this app as simple as possible. So name string, description, it's also a string, avatar string, and of course the files string as well. Okay, and we can press enter. This will generate the model and the migration file. Here it is, the model and the migration file. And first of all, I really like, before migrating, I really like to open the application. So this is the app we just created, and go to the migration file, open the migration file, and just check if everything is all right. And it is. So it's creating a users table with the name, description, avatar, and files string fields. So we are ready to migrate it. Exactly. So users table is created, and now we can actually go on and do the controller. So like I said, 2 pages, 2 actions. So very simple controller, Rails, generate controller, users, and I just want an index and a new. Okay, so very simple. Okay, you see, it creates a bunch. Actually, the routes, I'm going to change this route file. I don't like this as it is, because there's a simple way. Let's just go here to the views, users. Sorry, not the views. Go to routes. Here we go. So I'm going to delete all of this. I don't like this. I just want to put the root here, which is going to be users index. Okay, this is where the root is going to redirect. And what we can use now, it's the resources users. This is the best way of doing this. So if you check now the rig routes, we should have all the routes created. So the root here, setup, and the remaining routes. So we are going well. Let me just close this. So we have now our controller bit, controller created, like you see here. So everything is going well. So next, we're going to install Bootstrap. Okay, let's install the Bootstrap gem. You can go on to this URL and scroll down a bit. You're going to the part that interests me, which is this. So I really like to fetch the gem from the latest build, from the repo itself. So let me put this on the gem file here below, and we have Bootstrap. And now we run bundle install. A bit, and hopefully everything went well. God, now after bundling install, we need to actually install the CSS style sheets. So after running bundle install, we run the following generator, which is this one, and this will generate a bunch of files for us in the assets folder. And now we can clear. So we have Bootstrap installed. So this is the part where I'm going to do some copy pasting. I'm going to explain everything. Okay, very simply, just HTML and some forms in the Rails forms, but I will explain. It's very simple to do, just to save us some time. Now let me open our Sublime. Let's close this, and let's begin with the layouts. Okay, as you can see here, place. Let me put here. We have a simple nav bar with 2 links. This is a nav bar straight from Bootstrap. So actually, this on the notes here. Yeah, let me just put this right there, because I have this already set up, so that we can save some time. So let's begin with the layout. So let's remove what we have here. Let's paste the code here. So very simply, delete this one. This is for later. It was the library from Filestack that you need to include. Basically, as you can see, I'm sure you already seen this before. This is a very simple nav from Bootstrap. The only changes I've made was file place up here, of course, and I put the link to the users, so the root, basically the root directory, and I just changed this. I created a link here, link to create profile, going to the new user path. Okay, so very straightforward. I'm sure you already seen this. And what I also did here was, of course, having the yield tag uh, inside a container class div. So, by the way, this is the way we can make sure, since we are using the layout, this is the way we can make sure that all the website, all the pages will be inside this Bootstrap container. Very simply. One thing I forgot mentioning, all of this code will be available on the repository, okay? It will be available publicly, so you can do what you feel like to. And going forward, let's go do the index view, right? Let's go do the index view. Very straightforward as well. Let's go here, users index. Let's delete what we had, paste it here. So always start with a row. And just to show you what we're doing here, I'm taking this code from basically two websites. One is called Bootply, and the other one is Bootsnip. What these websites are basically um, boot. Let me put it on another way. There are several developers which make some custom designs using Bootstrap. And in these platforms like Bootply and Bootsnip, I encourage you to, if you are like me, you don't like design or HTML, I really suggest that you go to these websites because they are really cool. So users make HTML designs using Bootstrap, uh, completely free for using and downloading. As you can see, actually on Bootsnip is very cool. You can see all the files here, and also you have a preview like this to see what exactly it's rendering. And Bootply is another one which has pretty much the same functionality. So the preview here and the code right there. So I'm going to use a mix. So as you can see, this is pretty much the form. I changed it very few. Actually, it has very few changes from this. This one, not so much. Okay, so I use this code, but then you have more. You have a bit more. I did a bit more changings there. Um, but no worries, just to know where did I got this from. So let me continuing. So let's refresh. Start our Rails server here. Let me close the demo app and let's start the server here just to see what we have. We didn't check it yet. Okay, cool. So you see it's already getting formed. So two links over here. Let's see if they work. And they work perfectly. So create profile goes to users new and the file place goes to the root. And you see we have already our placeholder like this. And let me continue. So this is what we're doing here, okay? With the image tag right there. It's got some inline styling. Then you have the name here with an H4, the P for the description, and then the link to, this is a normal link, just a link to and do, so that I can wrap it around another element. And inside the link, which later on I'm going to show you, this link we're going to have an on-click event, which is going to fire up a JavaScript function later on. And basically inside of the button, I put this little icon of file and then the word download. Okay, so this is the index, and this, of course, each div like this, we're going to iterate over our user object, and for each user you're going to have a card. So I can close this now, and let's see the new. The new, we don't have nothing yet, but we will. So basically, in the new we have a bit more code, but no worries. This is not copied it from the notes, so he doesn't know which language it is. So let me put HTML Rails. Yeah, exactly. And I didn't open the, oh, sorry. Let's close this. I don't want to put in the index on the new, sorry. Like this. Okay. So as you can see, you have a form for, and if I refresh this, you're going to see an error. I'm going to show you why. And very simple, because the form cannot contain nil or empty. And he's referring to this object here. He doesn't know, he has no idea what this is. So the first thing we're gonna do before I explain what I'm doing here, I'm going to the users controller and let's initiate there. Okay, so we have this variable now. User, we're going to be user.new. Okay, this is the only thing you need to make this work. If I refresh, it should work now. Yeah, as you can see. Okay, so this is not going very well, and the reason it's because there must be some kind of error. Okay, so the container, this is not containing. There's a div, there must be a div missing. So let me call this for should be quite all right. Should be quite all right. Let's see. It's funny. See, let me just try and pick it up from another spot. Try and figure it out. I'm pasting pretty much the same. Okay. Okay. My bad. So these apps here, mainly they use only Bootstrap. But for example, here on Bootsnip, they make some changes to the Bootstrap classes and the CSS. And this is the case where they actually do some changes. So I have to come here and pick it up, this CSS code, and paste it in my on my application. So where I'm going to put this code, it's for simplicity's sake, okay, I'm going to put this in the place where maybe you didn't know that you could do that, which is on the application.css itself. Of course, this file is it's basically it's a manifest that requires all the style sheets, but in this case, for simplicity, we can actually put the CSS code right here, so directly in this file, and it will run it. No worries. So it's actually way faster than creating a file and requiring it here. No worries. Just put the code there. Just remember, this is a very simple app. Don't do this on a real live project, right? And now it should be okay, because I forgot the CSS that they have. Okay, so you can see zero effort from my part, because I got the code, all the code from here. And what I'm going to do here is take the gradient, because I usually tend not to like gradients. So let me put like this. Let's leave that color. No, I must take the other way around. So let's put like this. Exactly. So if I refresh, it should be blue, right? Exactly. So it's blue. Oh, sorry. YouTube. Don't want to go to YouTube. Okay, so it's good on both sides. Everything is working correct. So let's move on, where we can actually start uploading files, right? So let me do the following. Let me explain you here on documentation. If you go to filestack.com/docs, they have a really good documentation. And what you want to go is the file upload, okay? And first thing you need to do is create an application, okay? So you have to register for an API key. So I already have an account. It's a free, okay, it's a freemium model. You can start with a free. And I already have one, so I'm going to sign in. and you have to create an application. As you can see, I've created several here. I'm going to create a new one just for us now. I'm going to rename this, and I'm going to put Codestack, which is the name of our application. Save it. Cool. Now on app, if you go to the dashboard, you will see your API key. So this is the API key you need to reference on your JavaScript. Sorry, the guys here. Okay, so file upload. So what you are interested is in JavaScript API. You want the pick and then the pick multiple. This is what we're going to use. So in the pick, as you can see, the first thing you need to do is set your key. Okay, the first thing you need to do, and then very simply, you have to fire this function, which what it does is first it asks for the MIME type. You can reference the MIME type here. So what are you going to allow it to upload? Then the container. The container, it's how the pop-up shows up. So you can have a pop-up window or you can have a model. I prefer the model. I'll use a model in my code. Then the services. The services are basically the resources where you can get your files or pictures or any other files from. Okay, these are the services. And as you can see, computer is my computer from Facebook, from Cloud App and stuff. If you put none, the app will default for every service allowed. Okay, and then what you do is basically you send you create this on success. Basically you have this, and on error you can do whatever you want. Basically this will pick the file, and if it does pick, you will get a success function or an error. Okay, which you can do whatever you would like with each. Let's begin then. First thing, you need to install the library on your application. So let's begin with getting started here. And you should have here the JavaScript library link. What you need to do is very simply copy and paste this to your head section. So where is it? The application.html, and you can put right. I hate this. It's not word wrapping. I hate word. Okay. JavaScript library is installed now, and we can actually start and do our first pick, right? Which is let's begin with the avatar, right? This one here. So close this. We can go to the new. Okay. Okay. So let's go here, and let's open the script tab. Do like this. I have some extensions installed here. Sorry, I want to go here, and like I said, so first thing you want to do is have your Filestack key. So let's do a file like this, file key, and let's paste your key right there. So copy this, go here, and let's paste it here. Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to have a function to pick the avatar. So what I want to do is actually, you see here, a non-click. Basically, what I'm going to do is when I press the picture, I'm going to fire this avatar function, and I'm going to create this avatar function. Okay. So as you can see, this is a very, very simple form. You might be wondering what these hidden fields are, right? These hidden fields, I'm going to explain later off when I'm building the function. So I'm going to use these hidden fields to pass the URLs to my controller, and then I'm going to save it on the DB. Okay, and these URLs I get from the response I made in JavaScript. So let's do this avatar. Okay, don't forget passing an event here so that you can prevent the default. Otherwise, it will mess up with Filestack model because it's a link, and it's gonna try to it's gonna put it's gonna try to get somewhere. So that will actually mess up with the file stack model. So what you need to do is, of course, pass the event here, and then later we prevent default. So let's begin building our file picker. So function, I call it avatar right there, and I pass the event here. Okay, I can pass it right there like this. And the first thing I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to prevent what happens for default. No, like this. Okay, prevent default. This basically will stop the browser to go to another page. And we now, let's basically copy this. Where is it? Where we file upload. You go here, and this is going to only pick image. And basically, this is exactly what we want, because this is for the avatar. So this is exactly the same code we need to use here. So we're going to paste it right there inside our application. Okay, so everything is closing well. Yeah, it is. So what's going to happen here is going to fire up the file picker.pick, and then I'm only going to allow images to be uploaded. I don't want a window, I want a model. Okay, you can check all of these features, all of the settings, you can check on the documentation. Their documentation is really good. And I already know this. I want a model instead of a window pop-up. And the services, I'm actually going to do two only. So computer and URL. So like I said on the demo, just so that you can see the difference from the default. So I only going to allow the service computer and URL. So you can only upload files from your computer or from an external URL. And then on success, I'm going to do two things. Okay. I'm going to change the image. Okay, so the thumbnail there, the placeholder, you can see here. I'm going to change this picture as soon as I upload it. So we can do this by jQuery, simple jQuery. So let's go open the Sublime. So delete this here. I don't need this, and actually delete this as well. So on success, on error. Okay. So let's get this image here. So I already have an ID here. Okay, so this is the placeholder, the thumbnail. We're going to pick this one. We're going to paste it here. And now we're going to change the attribute, right? So the source, which is a default. This is a static, so I can show you what it is. This is exactly what happened there. This is what you... Oh, no. Like this, okay? This is the image for default. And we want to change that for the new image that we've just uploaded. So the attribute source, we're gonna change it, and this is the way you do. First you put which attribute. In this case is source, and now you put the value that you want to put on that attribute. So we want to go fetch the blob here, which is the object that we've just uploaded. And I already know this. You can check this on the doc. It's URL. You have file name, you have MIME type. You have a lot of fields that you can choose from the object. But what we want is the URL. Okay, we're gonna change that image for that URL, and then what I'm gonna do is, like I said, I'm gonna pass this URL that I just received on the response. I'm gonna send this URL to my controller through the hidden field. So hidden input avatar is this one. Is this first? Where is it? In hidden field avatar. Okay, the ID is hidden input avatar. I'm fetching for ID. Okay, like you see here. Now I'm going to assign a value to it, and the value, of course, I can put here is the same. So it's blob.url. Okay. Basically, this is what I'm doing with the file upload avatar. So first thing we're gonna do now is check if this is working. which I am pretty confident that it is. I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty confident it is. So if I press here, a model, a file stack, that file stack uploader model should appear. So if I press here, nothing does. So this is going very well. So let's see the error. Okay, so the API key not found. I forgot something. I assigned a variable, but I didn't set the file picker set key. Okay, and this is simply is basically this line there. So right there, I'm going to put sorry, not here. I mean inside the function, and we put the file key right there. So if I refresh now, it should work. Okay, let's see. So if I press that image, a model should appear. Bow. Perfect. And see here, my computer and link for external URL. These are exactly the settings that I assigned there. So let's upload a picture and see if it's already working. Organic can be. Let's see. So uploading, complete, and perfect. Change this. You see, like really quick. And the cool part is it's uploaded. So if I refresh here, I'm gonna see one file uploaded, I'm sure. Maybe it doesn't do the tracking as fast, but I'm sure that it must do. Yeah, it takes a while to go here. Oh, here it is today, and it's taking a bit to show there. But if you go to assets, you see your image here, and you can delete it. You can see here, just press there, and this is the URL, right? The URL actually that we're going to use is the CDN, but that's the URL they give on the response. So you see, it's working. You've already uploaded a file with the 5, 6, 7, 8 lines of JavaScript. I mean, this is really awesome, and so this is working, and is putting the value here on the hidden field. So as you can see, the others are pretty. I actually forgot explaining them, but are really straightforward for you know, the model that we have, and the fields are username, the description, avatar, and files. So let me go to here. So we have the avatar, name, description, and the files. Okay. So this is the information. This is the information I'm going to pass to the controller and then to the model. So as you can see here, we have a name, text field, class form control, simple stuff. The hidden field for the avatar. Okay, this is where the URL is. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to put inspect element. You're going to see a hidden field. Where is the field? It's inside the form, of course. Hidden field. Here we go. See the value. The CDN one. Okay, so I have the URL and I'm passing to the controller via the hidden field. And the description here, various text area, straightforward. And the uploads. Now this is where what we're going to build next, which is the multiple file upload. So basically the simple file upload is already done. You see, a couple of seconds. Now I'm gonna do the multiple file upload. And it's very simply, we're gonna have also a hidden field here, conveniently enough called hidden input files. Okay, this is the URL, this is the string which I well, actually it's the form input where I'm going to pass a string separated by commas with all the URLs that I've just uploaded. Okay, like I said at the beginning, what you should do is, of course, have a separate model, the relationship between the users and the pictures, of course, not the scope of this tutorial. Okay, this is just to show you how to upload and download the files. So let's do the on-click function, so the files event. So pretty much straightforward as well. We already have the file key here set up. This is why I put outside a function so that I can access on this function as well. So let's do like this. Again, don't forget the event, because otherwise Filestack pop-up will give an error. And this time we're going to choose here the pick multiple. And as you can see here, pick multiple with a max 3 images. Cool. Like I said, you can choose how many files you can upload at once at a given time, and let's say 3. So I'm actually going to copy this as well, and this time a bit prettier. Yeah, exactly this. And you see, you get a blob. And this is quite interesting. You see, when you have a single file upload, the object that you get is a blob, and then if you have multiple, you have blobs, which is it's convenient. So moving on, inside this function blob. So if successfully upload several files, I want to do a couple of things. And the first of all will be creating an array, okay? Because I'm going to iterate over each URL, okay? So basically, I'm going to iterate over each blob in singular, right? So var my blobs, it's a funny name, and it's going to be an array. Simple as that, okay? So my blobs simple array. And next, we're going to iterate the array. So var e equals 0, and while e is less than blobs dot blobs dot length is exactly, and simple iteration. So like this. Exactly. This for a simple for loop. And basically for each blob, I want to do something. And what I want to do is I want to basically pick this new array I've just created, and I'm going to push, okay? So this is basically put inside. Pick the value, place it inside the array, and I'm going to push each blobs, in this case e, okay, so I'm sorry. So you put the I here so that you can iterate over each blob, and you're gonna pick the URL, okay? Basically you are returning an array of URLs. I said a string, but basically it's an array. Then I'm not sure if you actually convert it to a string or not. We're going to check this out in a bit. So you have now iterated over each array, over each blob, and push inside this my blobs array. Okay, so basically you end up with an array with all the URLs of the files you've uploaded. Okay, and what we want to do next is quite the same we did with the avatar. So first of all, we have to put on the hidden field. So I'm going to copy this because I know it's very similar. So input instead of avatar, it's files. Okay, so I'm referencing this hidden field right there, and I'm going to put my blobs basically. So I'm not blobs, exactly. I'm putting blogs here, yeah. So blobs, blobs, blobs. Yeah, everything is correct now. And what I want to do as well, like I said, is as soon as you create a user, as soon as you upload a file here, I want to put the icon there and the name of the file, right? I think it's better. Otherwise, you will click the OK, and the pop-up, the model will disappear. You will have no tracking whatsoever of what files did you upload. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this line I have here. Is a bit longer. and I'm going to explain, like always. So, the word rabbi, I hate it. So, what I'm actually doing is I'm grabbing my form, and this form is, see, is this div here, okay? This div. And I'm appending, so basically append, it means it will go right here, okay? It will be here, it will be created, added right there. I'm going to append a p tag, okay? Basically, this whole thing is a p tag. With an icon there, with the file icon. I get this from Bootstrap, you can get this from Bootstrap. And the class simply use a span tag and use this class, and the file icon will appear. And now I want in front of each icon I want the file name, so I can do this. So blobs, then I put the I. Remember, I'm still inside the for loop, okay? I'm still iterating. So for each blob I'm going to render the file name, okay? And I can say that this is pretty much it, okay, for multiple file upload. Let's see if it is working. So I'm actually, let's do both. So let's do the avatar here. I'm going to choose, let's choose a Nino Kota. Okay, it still works. It was uploaded. So if I refresh here, a second file, and here it is, the file that I just uploaded. And let's do now the multiple files. So if I click here, nice. So another model appeared, and check here. You can see the left side, I put no services, so it defaults. So it resets to the default, which is allows everything. So allows all the resources that they get, all the services that they have integrated with. And let's do the same files, because I know they are small, so it should be fast. And I think it's in pictures. No, it's in downloads or documents on okay, all the files. Okay, let's do like this. Open. Okay, so does not register an accepted file, so I didn't realize that, but and here it is. You see the MIME type? Don't put this. Okay, so basically I'm actually not sure if I can not put anything. I'm actually not sure if it works. I think I must put a MIME type. Yeah, it raised an error. Oh no, the API key is not, because I'm also, again, stating the variable, but I'm not setting the key. Okay, so now we can actually do this. And if I press the button here, okay, and let me like press this, let me see that. Okay, so you can put if you don't specify the MIME type, it will allow all the files. So basically you see all the files are here, and if I upload it, let's see if they appear there. No, and they did not appear there, and the reason we must find out. So my form, do I have this? But were they, first of all, we must check if they were. Yeah, they were. So the success function has fired up. So the error must be here. And in this case, my form. Do you think we don't have a my form here? I think we do have a my form. It's ID my form. Yeah. And it's pending this one. Here, my blobs. I'm sure I must have made a typo somewhere. And okay, let's just check it out. So let's do the good way. So basically alert success. This is working. So let's do the upload files. Let's do again the same files. I know small, quick. Okay, and now I should have an alert box saying no, but I don't have it. Do you think I have to put the MIME type? I'm not sure, but maybe it's getting some confusion right out of them. So I'm going to state that I want image and I allow all the text files, okay? And okay, pick. Apparently it's working fine. So event, oh, this is a button. Okay, so one thing I forgot, because I know it messes up with Filestack JavaScript. So I prevented the default, and let's see what happens now. An expect identifier. An expect identifier where? Okay, so I forgot the comma here. So let's refresh. And this is a good thing that happens because we can debug at the same time. I actually enjoy this happening live. And let's go and upload files. My computer again, and let's put like that. Let's put upload and let's see what happens. So basically I know that this, oh my god, oh. What a huge typo. It's TH, not HT. Of course, it was not working. Let's see like that. I apologize for the typo. It happens all the time. It's a good thing it happened. So let's do it again. Upload files on my computer. Upload. Now it works perfectly. You see? Everything works perfectly. I now can put here in router again. Okay, so everything is working great. Actually, what we could do, it's because we already have our users controller. Basically, yeah, we have to do some work here, and let's put the defaults. Okay, I'm gonna use the most default of the settings. Okay, let's do like this. I'm gonna copy this. Gonna paste it. I'm sure you've seen this everywhere. Okay, there's nothing to it. There's a create method like this, and then the params here that you permit. Okay, everything it's pretty straightforward. If you generate a scaffold, for example, this was you would have this template code. Basically, I'm putting the user with the I'm creating a new user with that params that I received from the form, and then if it saves, go to the root path and render action new. So in case of an error, okay, if it doesn't save. So doing this, we can already go and check it. So let's actually do an upload plus save. So let's do John Barry now. John Barry now. I'm going to upload. Let's do some John Barry like this. Let's put 007 soundtrack. Let's put best 007 soundtracks, which they are from John Barry. And let's do upload files now. The same thing, same files. Do I know the document? Documents like this. Okay, they're there. Upload. Okay, everything is running smoothly now. And if I put create user, awesome. So it was created. I didn't do the index as well, yet, so we can't actually render them. But now, if we go, let me put on the code stack. So if we basically go to the Rails console, check if everything went smoothly. So user.connection first, and then user.count. One, very good. And now let's do the first. And here it is. name John Barry, description, best 007 soundtracks, the avatar, you can see here. Yeah. And then the files, you can see. Let me put it like this. So let's put it like this. See, a comma, this is an array, simple array you're passing. So first one and the second one. Simply, right? Very simple. So it's working. Our app, it's basically working. What there was only two things missing, which is the render, okay, the files that we've just uploaded, and the download. So how can we achieve that URL? How can you download the file? So let's finish the view then. Let's go and let's see what we want. So actually at this time we can use Ruby for the first, right? I'm going to copy paste from here, from code that I already have, just for so that it can go faster. I'm going to paste exactly what this is here, but this time is going to have some Ruby loops, okay? So basically it will iterate over each user. So as you can see here, and yeah, I forgot the row. I want it inside the row like this. Okay, so for each user, I'm going to do the image with the source. Okay, so now the source, I want it to be the avatar, which is this here, and then the username, the user description, and then the uploaded file section. And basically what I do here, it's for check here that I'm referencing each user, okay? I'm picking that user, and for each file that it has, I'm going to put as a separate link to that to link source to that basically to that file to retrieve it. And what I was thinking of here, and I apologize for this small stuff, it's because I have to do a method here. This basically file dot each, you see, and you cannot iterate a string. So because what it happens when you pass the params to the controller, remember I said that the database table, where is it, the table is all strings, right? They're all strings. So what happens when you save it on the database, that array is converted to a string, right? But what we can do is very simple, just a workaround. You can go to the user model, right? And you can create the method. This is the method. And what we're going to do is going to do self, because we're going to reference, when we're going to call this method file, we're going to reference that user object, okay? That's why we have to put self. And what I'm going to do, it's very simple. We're going to put split. So basically split the string according to the commas. So basically put this string as an array, and basically you separate that string through the commas. So everything there has a comma, it will be a separate value on an array. And basically this is what you need to do, is just split, okay? And this will become an array, and if it returns an array, I can iterate over it. So basically using this, I can now do the each, okay? And for each URL, basically what I'm asking for, each URL, make me a download link, okay? This is basically what we are doing. And this onClick event, it's another function that I'm going to call when I press a download, but in time. So basically this should work now, okay, if I refresh the page. And no, because each for nil class. Okay, nil class here. User, okay, of course, because on the user's controller, I don't have a variable here. So users equals, user.all. Okay, so So users equals user.all. So now I can iterate over each user. If I refresh the page, okay. Okay. Self, I forgot there. It's not self.split, but self.files. Okay. So self.files, okay, dot split. And this should work. Yes, it does. And if you see here, it has a link. As you can see, if I press, I get the error get metadata is not defined because I didn't do the function as well yet. So, but you see it's working. So it has two files. I uploaded two files, so I have two buttons here. Everything it's working great. So the last thing we need to do now is to make a way of getting actually downloading the files that we upload. So to do that, we're gonna have two functions. First of all, let me show you here on Filestack what they do, how they work this download event. Where is it? Okay, so file export. So so in order for you to export a file, you should put the file name, the MIME type, and if it is writable, and the size. The reason why is because if you don't, you can only put, if you can only use, for example, the URL. But the reason why you shouldn't do this, it's because if I don't put those attributes there, if I have a problem, which is when as soon as I click here, it's going to open the model, but I will have no info. I will just FileStack will just say, okay, this is a file. You want to download it, and you say yes or no. But if you set the values correctly, then it's a much more user friendly experience. So this is the reason why. They advise you to use like this. So first of all, no, I'm going to do this, and then we're going to understand better when I do the next function. So let's go to the index.html, and now I'm going to paste here. Well, no, I'm going to do a function which is going to be called get file. Okay, I'm going to create this get metadata in a second, and actually this get metadata will call this get file function later on, but let's begin with the get file. So we can actually put here, well, copy from the documentation, and don't forget, again, I'm forgetting to initiate the key, and of course setting as well is very important. So like this, no, inside. So like this, set key, and this function I'm going to pass a lot of arguments, and these arguments will be the URL, the file name, the MIME type is writable, and size. And you can ask, okay, Pedro, where will you gonna fetch this data since you do not have this data stored in our application? So the good part of FileStack is that it has its own API, and basically you can, and I'm going to try to see if I can see it where it is, but no worries, we will not lose any more time here. But basically you have an API which does the following. Where is it? So if you call a URL, so a URL of an email of a file, and you put slash metadata, the FileStack API will return the response of that call, will not be the object itself, but it will be the metadata of that object. So now you're beginning to understand. So get metadata will fetch me all the data that I need to populate here to then make the call to download the file. Okay, so what I'm going to put here is the first file name, the MIME type, the is writable, the size, and the URL as well. Okay, so now to convert these values to the correct ones, to the variables. So I made a mistake. So here is URL. Here is going to be the file name, the MIME type here, the is writable here, and the size. So all of these variables, all the arguments here will be passed into here. And so let's actually create the metadata. So function get metadata data. Okay. And I'm sorry, got this one. Okay, perfect. Okay. In here, I'm going to just pass an argument, which is the URL. Basically fetch the metadata from that URL. I can actually show you, I think I can show you in the browser, so that you know a bit more what am I doing. So I'm not sure if it is I'm not sure if it's this URL. Yeah, it is. You see, if you put the URL like this, you get the object itself, but if you put slash metadata, you get the metadata. And this is what I want. Okay, you are seeing this format because of my JSON extension. So basically, this is exactly what I want. Getting this, then I'm going to retrieve this value. I'm going to set it here on the get file, and it will give me it will open the model, the Filestack model, with the data already filled in, which is a much greater user experience. So let me finish this. So what I'm going to use here, it's a jQuery function, which is the get, so that in order to to do a get request, okay? So basically, the way to do it like this, # and get. And here is the URL. So you put the URL that you're going to pass here on the argument, and then you're going to append what we already know, which is metadata. It's going to give me the URL, but I want to go to the metadata only. And okay, so what I need to do now is, of course, it's a function in case of success. Okay, and on success, what I want to do, it's what I said before, so now you are understanding. So in case of success, I want to get the file, so start the file. And so basically we are all set. Getting metadata, where are we going to call this? We're going to call this on the link to. So for each button, you will have a non-click event, which we're going to call this metadata function here. And you are passing, this is Ruby, okay? This is the way you put Ruby like inside a string. And you are passing f. What is f? F is this. So f is the URL. So because I said file.int, remember, you're going to sell self.files.split. You're going to get each string, each URL string separated, and then you can actually do this. So iterate over and give me the URL separately. So f, it's an URL. So you pass it here on this function, and we'll call the function get metadata. It will get the metadata that it needs, and then we will get the file. So let's try this out. I'm really want to try this out. So if I press download, if everything is working correctly, a Filestack model should appear with the information of the file. So okay, file name is not. So what's happening here? Of course, no. See what's happening. I forgot a huge part. So basically, this function is on success, and data is the response you get. And I completely forgot to pass the data response. So of course, we don't have any data. So what it must do, you already know the fields. So it's basically data dot each field. Data. Remember, this is a JSON object. So just have to put like this: data dot URL. Okay, this should work. So let's see if I press download, a model should appear. Okay, invalid file to export. Uh, so this is an invalid. Okay, export file, right? Let's see what's so invalid file to export can't be because I'm actually doing a it's a pretty much normal. Let me just check where did we got wrong. So let's do like this. Simple debugging and apparently a file that I put is not valid. So what have I done? Invalid file to export. So very quickly, yeah, export. Okay. File picker, export file, so everything is okay. And the MIME type, it should, I mean, it should be correct. Why can't I download it? You know why? Let's do a fresh one. So let's do a fresh one from computer. Now we can do, let's do, for example, like this one. It's cool. It's going to upload. Blocked it. And let me should. So I'm putting from my, where is that? File.png. Ah, okay. Yeah, so something went wrong there. Testing some text here. Now let's upload file. No, I thought I submitted the format. I didn't. So my computer, drag files, animate.css. It can be animate.css. Upload. Upload's completed. Animate.css, and let's create the user. So it's perfect. So if I press here, an invalid file to export. So I have to debug this. So what did I wrong? Am I missing something? Missing something from the code. Let me see. File picker set code. Okay. Then export file. And when I actually saved it, how does it save? Okay, let's check. Let's check the console. So reload, do like this. Put user.last dot files. Okay, this should allowed. So what I don't know is why is it not should be. I mean, it should be. I think I did everything correctly. I think there is nothing more I could do. Basically, data file name, the MIME type. Let me see what. It must be an error. It must be a typo of some sort. Function data. Everything is cool. Let me see if it's working correctly. It should be. Okay, so file stack is not defined. Okay, so file key, set key, file key. Let's see what happens. Ah, okay. So I made a typo and I didn't realize. I'm sorry for the delay. And you see what happened? It now has a bunch of information that it can say to me. The file name, the type, it suggests the file name there. Because otherwise you would have like a blank screen and you only could be allowed to download it or not. So this is much more like user friendly, right? So let's do it again. This time just to make sure and to cover what we did. And I'm actually going to upload as well a picture so that you can see how does the download interface works. Let's do picture. Now we're going to put John Williams for the upload, and remove all there. Did something wrong. Yeah. Oh, you can see everything working correctly. Let's put John Williams. Let's put like this random text and upload files. This time I want to upload actually. I want to upload computer. I want to upload an image so that you can see what I can do. So let's just upload. Oh, look, an image and an image. Okay, so I'm going to upload this as well. The upload is complete. Origami. It's there, and I create the user. Perfect. So if you have exactly, this is what I wanted to show you. So if you have all of your settings correct, this is the experience that the user will have. So basically we've covered all we wanted. So you now know how to use Filestack to upload and download files that you basically that you uploaded. Please write down in the comments if you'd like to see an extension of this tutorial, because I can do it. I can, if it is requested, I can do another tutorial explaining how to, for example, store into the Amazon, the S3 directly. I can also do some tutorial about video recording. So if you feel that you want to know more about Filestack, please let us know. And this is about it. This is the simple app I was talking about, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and see you again in the nether codecast.